So 6 days ago, the ESPN ran a thing about Devin Booker. Will he try to force a trade to the Knicks in the middle of the Phoenix Suns being really good? The actual conversation should be how threatening are the Suns in the playoffs? Should the Suns look to make one more move to make their team better? No, instead it's how do we get Devin Booker to New York? And I'm not going to play audio on this to maybe avoid copyright, but they're talking about how, well, there's a connection there because Leon Rose is associated with Booker in some way. And it's like, okay, cool. That doesn't matter, dude. That isn't enough of a reason to make a frickin' video about it. And then when you go a little farther into the video, so Keyshawn Johnson's one of the other guys. Instead of having a moment of like, wait a minute, maybe Phoenix is good, Keyshawn Johnson is literally just like, well, that would be pretty cool, but wait a minute. Would it be tampering? What? Really? This is the conversation we're having? Would it be tampering? Bro, everyone tampers in the NBA. It's an irrelevant thing. Unless you're the Bucks and you manage to get caught with the Bogdan sign and trade thing. And then Jay Williams goes into a thing about a wedding and how it compares to Devin Booker being buddies with Leon Rose. Still no mention of the Phoenix Suns besides like one very slight mention by Keyshawn Johnson, and that was just to name them. And then they go on this whole spiel later on about how if Devin Booker makes it in New York, then he's like the super duper star. Once again, Devin Booker's on the Phoenix Suns, guys, and the Phoenix Suns are very good at the moment. And then we have this guy who comes in with some, oh, but we have to remember he's only 24, so he could be like a superstar on the Knicks for a really long time. This is so stupid. Okay, finally almost about 4 minutes into the video, they finally start talking about the Suns. They didn't know for a fact if Devin Booker was on his rookie contract or not. And they even needed to get someone to go look that up. Like, bro, it's literally just Google Suns salary. You'll see Devin Booker's contract. Okay, then they finally mention that the Suns are second in the West, but then they immediately go to, okay, but how long until Chris Paul is done? Well, I don't know, man. Chris Paul's pulling a LeBron right now. The guy's, 34, 35, and he's still awesome? Who says he can't at least age into being like a very good, like, third option type of dude on Phoenix in 3 years? Okay, finally, about 4.5 minutes in, they actually have a moment of like, oh, Phoenix is pretty good. It could change. It could change, as in it's already established that Devin Booker's intentions are going to the Knicks. And then this guy asks, how good do the Knicks have to be to get an A-list free agent? Bro, go look down the free agent this offseason. The only one's Kawhi. And it seems like a decent bet he's just going to stay with the Clippers. I mean, we'll have to see what happens there. But he's the only one. The great free agent class is gone. And I think it's a pretty safe bet that Chris Paul stays and accepts his player option. Do you think Victor Oladipo is saving the New York Knicks? I don't think so. Okay, now they go on a whole spiel about how the Knicks are doing everything right. The Knicks are fourth in the East. Okay, so the Knicks are doing okay, and they are. Like, kudos to Tibbs and the Knicks and all that, but it's like, okay, we're doing backflips for the Knicks when they are respectable again, but we just wash Phoenix to the side? Like, no, man, Phoenix is better than the Knicks. And in a more difficult conference. And then Jay Williams says he's not sure if Tibbs is the answer long term, which I'm sure Knicks fans will love. Anyway, this is garbage. This is absolute garbage. What are you doing, ESPN? Like, just give credit to teams. Anyway, we look at the comments. Kenny said this is stupid. I agree, 100%. Do they just talk for the sake of talking? They might as well be saying something as stupid as Patrick Ewing is coming back to the Knicks. Why would he lose with this organization for 6 years, then leave? Yeah, exactly. Probably the only YouTube video where I'm confused that it actually has likes. This has to be the slowest day at the office for ESPN. Yeah, pretty much. I mean, we get the gist. What the hell is this? What are you doing, ESPN? This is terrible. At least Jalen Rose says it's time to pay attention to how successful the Suns have been.